Hello, guys. What's up? It is now day two of this special series that I've been doing called 8 Days of a Maldives Honeymoon, where I'm talking about some of the launch strategies that I've been using that I call the Maldives method that have helped me get really great results in 2020. I'm sure it's going to work in 2021. A lot of these were taken from the podcast that we did, where I went like 50 minutes in detail about the different aspects of what I'm calling the Maldives honeymoon method. You can see the whole episode at helium10.com/podcast. Just look for episode 200. So today's strategy that I'm going to be going over is actually going back to the product research stage before even the launch. So it doesn't even have to do with the necessarily the Amazon algorithm, during your launch or anything like that. It's kind of like how you choose the product. It's what I'm kind of lumping in with this Maldives honeymoon. And namely, it's about the title of the titles of your competition. So I'm going to get it into that in just a couple of minutes. As you guys come on in here, go ahead and give me a little comment or message to let me know where you guys are calling in from or watching from. You're not really calling in. This is not a podcast. But anyways, before that, I just wanted to give you guys a reminder about the two different specials we have. One of them I talked about last time. This other one is brand new. So the first time I'm announcing it. But if there's anybody out there who's not yet a Helium 10 member, we have two specials that are for the end of the year. The very first one is you're getting 25% off 2 months of Helium 10. Plus, you're getting 2 months free of Freedom Ticket Extra. That's the coaching program where we have twice a week calls with either Kevin King or myself or Karen or Barkus or Vince or any of the other team here. So that's a special 25% off that. And those who join, you guys who have this code and you guys are with us in the second month, you get the special option of having a special bonus of either a access to my sourcing agent, the one I use to get all my products for my case studies, or you can get a one-on-one listing optimization call with Karen, who, if you already have a product on Amazon, she can take your list, take a look at your listing, and give you guys feedback on a one-on-one Zoom call. So again, if you guys want either of those, it's 25% off. It's by 2020. So you go to h10.me/BYE 2020. Now, a different one for those of you who are brand new, have never sold on Amazon yet. All right. This might be a better deal. All right. It's only 10% off. All right. It's Bradley 10 is the code. You sign up with Helium 10, you're Bradley 10. But here's the special. We're doing something where if we can get 50 members signed up under this code, you guys are going to be part of kind of like an incubator group. All right. You guys are going to be part of this new program I have called Helium 10 On Ramp. The on ramp over freeways where you pick up speed until you get on the freeway and start cruising, right? Well, this is going to be a private Slack group. You guys are going to be in there with me and the team. And this is only for brand new people. All right. Only for brand new people. You've never sold on Amazon before. We're going to have different like challenges where it's going to be like getting your Amazon account set up. We'll give you guys help with that. And then those who do it by a certain date, you're going to win like Helium 10 swag and things like that. There will be stuff about picking 10 different potential products for your first order. But the goal is within 60 days, you're going to have your first product ordered from China or from whatever supplier you want to use. That's like the goal of this on-ramp program. It's a 60, kind of like a test trial thing that we're doing. We're capping it at 100 people because we don't want to have it too big, but the minimum is going to be 50. All right. So if we can get 50 people in it, we're going to start this private Slack channel and we'll be in there every day, giving you guys tips and things like that. So that's only for new people. So if you guys want more details on that, let me know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. What is the strategy of the day for the Maldives honeymoon? And it is looking at the titles of the competition for the keyword on page 1. All right. So what I talked about in the Maldives strategy is if you can find a keyword with some pretty decent search volume, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 or more, and not a lot of people have that keyword in the title on the page. In my launches that I did, over 10 of them last year, and looking at other launches, over 100 different launches, it has an effect for how quote unquote easy it is to get to page 1 when you actually do launch your product. All right. So how would you do that? Let me show you guys an example. I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully this is going to work. I didn't test this beforehand or anything. But before we get started, here we go. We got Megla's in the house. How's it going, Megla? Hassan from Boston, Hashim from Pakistan. Let's see. Chad says, what about something that people have been with you almost 2 years? Chad, if you've been with us 2 years, you've been getting, ask me any things, you've been getting a billion times as much stuff as anybody who's brand new of all the stuff we've been doing. We got Okrun from Turkey. What's up? Shay from Hawaii. We got Vladislav from Slovakia. Yolanda says, good morning. Buenos dias. Farid from Azerbaijan. Nikos, how's it going, Nikos? Let's see. We got Marcela desde España. And we got Jason from Australia in the house. John from UK. Anyways, all right, let's get started with this strategy. Let's go to Amazon. Let's type in an example that would be probably not good. Let's go with collagen powder, right? Collagen powder. All right. So the question is, how many people here have this in their title? Now, there's two ways you can do it. You can kind of see how many people have it in the first part of their listing. All right. Watch. When I just run X-ray, let me go ahead and pull up X-ray right here. Log into my account. Why am I not logged into my account? All right. I need to log into my account. Hold on. Let me log into my Helium 10 account. I think I just cleared my cache. That's probably why it's not logged in. Hold up. See, that proves I didn't do this right beforehand because I'm not even logged into Helium 10. We're doing this stuff live, guys. All right, let's log into the Project X account. Come on, let me in there. There we go. I think I'm logged in now. Boom. Goes Dynamite. All right, we are logged in. So let's go ahead and run X-ray on this page. Okay. Now, X-ray, as you guys know, it's just taking a look at the first page here. I could have done this with Ace and Grabber, but I'm going to use X-ray. So let me go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see the different ways that we can do this. All right. So now what you can do, even without X-ray, I could have done a Control F on this page. I could have done a Control F, right? And I could have typed in collagen powder to see how many listings came up. All right. And look at that. It says, I don't know if you guys can see way up here. It's like 1 of 73. That's crazy. All right. It's taking, the ones from X-ray and it's taking the one here. So that's probably like 35. So that is a lot. That is a lot of people who have it. And if I wanted to watch this, I can do that same thing. And I can look here, how many people have it in the first few words of their title. Because remember, in X-ray, it's showing you, the beginning of it. So I can see it all highlighted here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a lot that even have it in the very first 4 words of their title. Now, what about just in the title overall? How can I do that in a quick way? I can download this. I'm going to download this to an Excel file. Okay. All right. And let me go ahead and open it up in Excel. Let's see here. We want to open this up. Hold on. Where is my Excel screen? Just a moment here. Let me grab this. Where is Excel? All right. So we're going to open it up and let's see exactly how many people on this listing have the word collagen peptides in it. I'm going to show you guys a quick way to see that. Okay, here it is right here. Wait, what happened to my screen share? Guys, it's 3 a.m. You got to bear with me here. I haven't slept in a while. So hold on. Screen 2. There we go. Come on, StreamYard. There we go. All right. So this is you can barely see this here. So let me open up the title here. All right. There we go. And how can I make this bigger so you guys can see? Where is I'm not doing very well here, guys. Where's my zoom? There we go. View, zoom. Let's go ahead and zoom to 200%. All right. Hopefully you guys can see better there. Okay. So this is this is how the download looks from the CSV file from X-ray. All right. So what I can do is right here in the title, I'm going to copy, or I can do a Control F, right? And I can see how many times does collagen peptides show up. All right. I can hit find all. Look at that. Out of the top here, 45 cells, but that's including the sponsored ad. So, I mean, at least 30. That's crazy, right? That means out of page one, more than half, probably like three-fourths, they all have collagen peptides in their title. Now, does that mean that it's impossible to have success here? No, it doesn't mean it's impossible, but that is something that I know is going to make it hard for me to be able to do the Maldives method. All right. So how can we find something that doesn't have one? Well, you can just be on the pages and you'll be able to see different ones on this exact test. Like let's go to coffin shelf. All right. Before, do you guys remember how much coffin shelf was in the beginning? There was only like one person with coffin shelf in it. Now there's a lot more. There's a lot more, but it's still better. All right. So here we can see there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are sponsored ads. Like 8. You guys see the difference here? This is the kind of thing you like to see right here. All right. You want to see ones that don't have that many in the title. All right. So that's what is going to be, what's going to work out really well if not a lot of people on page one have that title. So again, run X-ray on the pages on this keyword that you are looking at getting into, and then see how many people have that exact keyword in the title. The more people on page one that have it right there in their title, especially in the beginning part, because if it's in their canonical URL, that might even give them some more juice. It's going to be that much harder for you to get there on page one. It doesn't make it impossible, but we're talking about the Maldives honeymoon, and the Maldives honeymoon is all about just being able to do almost nothing and have huge gains on getting to page one for a certain keyword. So keep that in mind, guys. The next time you're looking in your product research, again, if you see something that has like 20 listings, they all have it in the title. I'm not saying, oh, don't source that product. I mean, if you think it's a great opportunity, go ahead and do it. I'm just saying, in the context of the Maldives honeymoon, it makes it a lot easier to get to page one when there's not that many people who have that keyword in the title. All right, let me see. I got some other questions here. All right, we got John from UK. We got Umar from London. What's going on? Virgil from Romania. What's up? Scarlett says, morning. Hello, Scarlett. John says, now that's what you call live. Farid says, summing up the Maldives honeymoon, create your ASIN just before you start. That's one of them. Yes. Sending to Amazon FBA and also FBM within the next 24 hours. Yes, I try and do that within 24 hours. That's what we talked about in yesterday's episode. Absolutely. You got it. Good. Farid says, do you search find buy for low volume but important keywords? That's a good part of it. Yes. But also do big keywords that are correlated with the first keyword. Yeah. I mean, am I missing anything? Yeah, you're missing a lot. Those are only a very small portion of what we talked about in that podcast. But yes, that is a lot of the main methods that I use to be able to get to page one for keywords that had thousands of search volume, with barely any activity of what you would normally think you would have to do to get to page one. But you're on the right track for it. Yolanda says it's 6 a.m. here. Well, you're East Coast, right? Okay. Alex from the White House in Washington. What's going on, Alex? People are wondering where's their COVID checks, right? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Facebook user, because you guys remember, whenever I have these lives, if you're on Facebook, there's a link somewhere above that says streamyard.com/Facebook. You got to click on that link so that it'll ask you if we can see your name. Otherwise, you come up as Facebook user right down here. All right. What if you're on page one but want to be on position 1 to 3? So that's different. All right. If you're already on page one, that's probably different than the Maldives honeymoon. If you're already on page one, that's kind of like, I mean, you've probably been on Amazon a little bit, or you've already done your launch, right? And you're just trying to move up. So Sometimes it might help if you have that if you're on page one and the word is not in your title. Sometimes what can help is if you go ahead and put it in your title and you can bump it up. In the episode, I did talk about one of those cases where it did get to page one, position 20. I still felt that I might have been in the Maldives honeymoon. I just added that keyword to the end of the title in a logical manner. Of course, I wasn't keyword stuffing. And yeah, it bumped me up to the top. But that's only like in the very beginning of a listing. That if your listing's been up for months already, adding it to a title at that point, I don't think it's going to help too much. Might help a little bit, but I don't have enough data to say that it's definitely going to help. All right, let's see here. Okrun says, Bradley, my ex sumo wrestler, Zumba dancer, Amazon genius. I know, what is this? You're trying to get free helium 10. You're not satisfied with 25%. You're trying to butter me up here. What do you think about creating test listings through FBA? I live outside the USA, don't have no one to do FBM, and other fulfillment centers won't accept 10 units. Yeah, you can do test listings FBA, no problem. You would just, send the product to Amazon somehow, hopefully, and they can label it, for you. And other fulfillment centers won't accept 10 units. Do I delete the listing? Or you can drop ship. Drop ship is a possibility too. All right. Drop shipping might be a possibility. Do I delete the listing after testing is done? Yes. I delete the listing after the testing is done. And I start, if I like the project or the product, then I will launch with a completely new ASIN. Good questions. Is follow-up even recommended at this point? If you're talking about like following up with your customers to ask for a review, 100%, 1000%, it's recommended. I mean, you want to do anything you can in order to get more reviews because it's so important, especially in the new listing. So I turn on follow-up from day one. All right, let's see. Reg says, you got a YouTube channel tutorials? Not really. We put all of our tutorials in our knowledge base. So you can see that if you're in one of Helium 10's tools, you can see that at the very top in the learn button. Or if you're outside of Helium 10 tool, you just go to kb.helium10.com, and that's a knowledge base of all of our tools. Sakrima says, hello from Scotland, UK. How's it going? Armand says, how to tackle editorial recommended products. Do we exclude them like sponsor ads? I do. Like, I don't consider those because those are changing all the time. And I've never really worried too much about those. However, that being said, most of the keywords that I go after or that I even look into, they don't have editorial recommendations because they're lower volume, lower search volume. All right. So if I see editorial recommendations, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if this is something that gets so much traffic already on Amazon that maybe it's a little bit late to get to the party. So, but I don't really consider it like if you're talking about, looking at the titles and stuff, like I don't consider the titles and the sponsored ads nor the editorial recommendations. How's it going, Melanie from the UK? What's up, everybody? Check out her podcast that she did with us a little while back. Hassan says, is it worth it to add high relevancy but low volume keywords in the title? It depends. It depends. I try to go for the ones that are the most relevant and has the most search volume. All right. So I'm not sure I would do too many that have low search volume. Like, I'm not sure what the point is. So, because if I have something that has low search volume there, that means I'm taking out one that has higher search volume usually. And if, so I mean, I wouldn't do that necessarily. All right. Unless like you absolutely have to, like if there's only like one main keyword and this is like the second best or third best keyword, then sure. Let's see here. Steven says, to what extent is driving external traffic to a listing impact ranking if the conversion rate is lower versus Amazon PPC? This I don't consider part of the Maldives honeymoon. I have never. I strictly worry about on Amazon. All right, so now people who come to my listing from off, like on Pinterest, like maybe I have something going on there, or or something like that. I have not tested it enough to be able to say it's part of the Maldives. So would that help? It could, but all those results that I talked about in the podcast that I got, not one of them did I have like some specific plan where I was sending Facebook traffic or Instagram traffic. They were all mainly, with PPC, search find buy, with people just going to Amazon itself, etc. So I'm not saying that this couldn't add something to it. It absolutely will. Sending external traffic to your listing, it's been proven that Amazon loves it. It's just something I personally don't do because I can do just as fine without it. So just one less thing for me to have to worry about. Okran says, you don't repeat keywords in the title, but I have a problem. I have two keywords that are performing well, which my competitors don't have in their titles, and I have to repeat words in order to benefit from both of them. What should I do? Well, sometimes if it makes sense, I'll repeat the word if they're part of two different phrases. All right. When I said I never repeat in the same field, it's I never repeat the same phrase. Like I'm not going to say coffin shelf, that is a great Gothic decor piece, and make sure to get this black coffin shelf. Like I'll never do anything like that. Now, if I have something at the beginning like coffin shelf for wall, this is a great piece, great gift, especially if you like coffin decor. Now, to me, that's like borderline, but I might do that, even though that I use coffin twice. It's like two completely separate phrases. But I would only do that in a case like yours, where it's like really, really great search volume keywords, and it makes sense. Like otherwise, if it's keyword stuffing, I wouldn't do it. All right. I want to learn Amazon and become a consultant. I have so much time to do, but I don't know where to start. Can you guide me? Well, Featrex, I would start with Academy. Academy.helium10.com will get you on the right track. Tal says, what's the proportion of ASINs on page one that have the exact term in the title that you consider too much? It depends. It depends on the niche. And like I said, it's not a go, no go. But when I really get excited is if there's only less than 5 on the first page. Now, if there's 10, again, that's not like a deal breaker. I'm just not as excited. I know it's just going to be a little bit harder for me to take advantage of that Maldives honeymoon if there's more than 10. Like the collagen peptides, you saw that. That's like more than 30. So that would, there's almost guaranteed you're not going to be able to take advantage of these Maldives honeymoon methods on a search results like collagen peptides. Let's see here. Any other Maldives honey? Today is all about the Maldives honeymoon questions here, so let me know. All right. Sakrima says, "How do I get reviews?" I mean, reviews is part of the earlier you can get the reviews, the better to take advantage of the honeymoon period. You launch and you're on page one. Excellent, excellent. The follow up function is available in the $97. Yes, it's available in the $97. Sakrima, absolutely. Okran says my product plus price for search find buy is going to be kind of expensive, so I came up. I will add a variation that's cheaper, and we'll do the search find buy, and they'll run out of stock. Do you think this would work? Would this affect my Maldives honeymoon? I tested this once, and it didn't really work, but theoretically it should work. But just like in those kind of cases, you're kind of like playing with fire. The whole reason why I have the Maldives honeymoon method is so that it's not too expensive, even if your product is too expensive. Like I had products that were costing 40 and $50, and those were the ones that for a 10, 15,000 search volume keyword, I only had to give away less than like 20 units to get to page one because of the Maldives. So whenever you start working with variations, you always run into the possibility that weird things might happen, where Amazon just doesn't like when one goes out of stock, then Amazon just figures, oh, the other one's not going to be relevant, so we're not going to keep it at the same position. That's what happens. People have told me sometimes this happens. So me personally, I don't use that method. No. All right. What else? Orkun says the search find buy services. Which one do you think is better, AZ Rank or Rebate Key? Rebate Key isn't a search find buy service. That's like a ranking service, absolutely, and I've used them before too. But that's like using URLs, um, using URLs to help rank, and so it's different than what's quote unquote a search find buy service. So you're talking about apples and oranges. They're two different things. I've used both of them, and for what I wanted, and but it's two different things. Christian says, I've closed my listing for a few days due to selling out, but then a couple resurfaced due to returns. Should I turn my listing back on and sell them, or would it be best to sell them on an alternative platform and then just have Amazon do a fulfillment order? It depends what your original sales were. Like, if your original sales were like 20 a day, it might hurt you to turn it on just to get 2 orders in one day, because now all of a sudden there's a day of sales velocity where it was only 2. Now, if your sales velocity has always been like 2 to 5 a day, sure, go ahead and open it up. But me personally, I would keep it closed. Unless you're going to be out of stock for like 2 months or something crazy. Well, you don't want those to be considered stranded inventory for that long, because when you have a listing that's closed but you have available inventory, that's stranded inventory, because then Amazon might throw it away. So you got to keep that in mind too. All right. Let's see. Mavish says, I'm here to tell you I'm providing Amazon tools on cheap rates. Hey, Mavish, I'm here to tell you that you're about to be banned from the group. That's my 3 a.m. humor there, but I'm not kidding. Anyways, Tal Assad, if the target, yeah, I hate people like that. I don't care if it's our competitors too. Do not like do those things where you try and get like 17 people to be on one account. I don't care if it's Helium 10 or one of our competitors even. That's not cool. That's like basically stealing. So I don't like that. Let's see. Tall said, oh, hello from Vienna. What's up? Tall says, if the target term is green coffins, search volume 10,000, but green coffins with door has 500 search volume. If you change the title and target green coffins with door in your 2-step URLs, do you see rank increase for green coffins alone? And which one would you target? Yes. So that's part of the Maldives honeymoon. We'll talk about that in a later episode, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But you try and combine the two keywords. Now, let's say that alone, green coffins, you would have had to have 10 giveaways, quote unquote giveaways, to get to page 1. If you do 10 for green coffins with door, does green coffins have that exact same increase? No, because you're targeting the full entire keyword. But you do get a little bit of a bump for it. All right, you do get a little bit of a bump for that keyword. All right, guys, that's about it for today. That we will have another Maldives honeymoon kind of little mini tutorial tomorrow sometime, or today, considering I might do it in the afternoon. I'm about to go to sleep right now. But again, this tutorial was brought to you in part by our 2 different plans that we have until the end of the year. For those who are not Helium 10 members, the plan first one is 25% off of your month 1 and your month 2 plus 2 free months, which is a $154 value of the Freedom Ticket Extra coaching program. And if you're interested in that, go to go to h10.me/buy2020. Now, if you are brand new and are not selling on Amazon at all yet, not selling on Amazon, this is only for brand new people. We're doing this test called Helium 10 On-Ramp, where you use this code Bradley10 after signing up for a free account, upgrade to Platinum using Bradley10. Guys, don't think that, oh, I want to get in this. I already have Helium 10. I'm going to cancel my membership and then sign up for this. We check IP addresses and all that stuff. This is only for new people. So don't cheat thinking that you'll get away with it because you want to get into this. This is only for new people, where it's going to be a 60-day program. We're going to have you in a private group with myself, Karen, and Barkus, and we're going to try and help you to at least have your first product order within 60 days. We'll be giving you, personal coaching in group, small groups in there, similar to FTX, but a little bit more personalized, specifically for newer people. So if you're brand new, that would be the program to join. Just sign up at helium10.com and then do this Bradley 10 code. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this morning or this evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more. That's Maldives. Some more Maldives honeymoon launch strategy. See you guys later.